Greetings fellow geeks, and welcome to another episode of Geeks Like Me with me, your host, Drake and Red Fox. Today on the show we have cosplayer Taz Noble from Cosplay. Taz, welcome to the show.
What's up?
So first of all, just tell us, how long have you been cosplaying?
Probably about 6 years now. 6 plus minus years.
6 plus minus years.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember the first time I decided I wanted to cosplay, but that specific time point in life I don't remember.
And what was that? What made you get into cosplay?
I was actually, I had just had my daughter, and during my pregnancy I had to be put on bed rest. So my friends were like, here's Naruto, watch this, you'll enjoy it, it's good for you. So I started watching it and I instantly fell in love with Sakura Haruno, the pink-haired kunoichi. So I started Googling her, and upon Googling her I was like, oh my word, there are people that dress up like her, this is so awesome. So I didn't know the word cosplay, I was just like, people dressed up as Sakura, that was my Googling. And that's when I discovered cosplay. It was through anime basically, and since then I was just like, she's going to be the first character I cosplay. So it was Naruto and Bleach, those were the first two animes that I was like, I can do this with the stuff I have at home, so yeah.
When you cosplay though, you cosplay quite a wide variety of characters. At Icon you did Daenerys, and I was
yes.
like, so Mother of Dragons, and you pulled off really well, I just have to say. And one of the other things that you did was you did a Scorpio.
Oh yes, yeah, Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, yes.
So Scorpion was like, I looked at it and went like, you pulled that off, like, a gender bend is okay, but you pulled it off very much like strong and like masculine, if I could say.
Yes.
No, not trying to like,
No.
yeah. So first one is, what made you decide on Scorpion as a cosplayer?
Literally with me and cosplaying, cosplayers, everyone's different. So everyone will have their own take on cosplay. With me, I tend to, I don't know if it's my multiple personalities in a good way, but basically I like sexy cosplay. At first I was against it. I know that's bad because everyone should cosplay what they want to cosplay. I was against sexy cosplay because growing up I was a tomboy. While my friends were doing lip gloss and mini skirts, I was skateboarding, baggy pants, caps, no makeup. My hair was always in a double braid, and I just, I wasn't handbags and stuff. So I was very much a tomboy until I turned 16, and I was like, oh my goodness, what are these? And what is this, you know? So with that, I still tend to go back on those tomboyish ways when it comes to cosplay. I'll see a male character and I'll be like, this guy is so badass. Like, I want to do the female version, but I don't want to do the ass and tits version. I want to do, if that character was a woman, what would it be? So if Scorpion was a chick, it wouldn't be boobs and ass. It would be, I'm still going to rip your skull out of your body clean with the spine attached kind of thing. So that's what I wanted to put across with Scorpion.
And
so,
big Mortal Kombat fan?
Since I was a kid. Like, it was literally from, I think, my brother. I can blame my brother for everything. The whole tomboyish ways and everything. He'd pick me up at school, like in my mom's car with like a PlayStation controller hanging from the rearview mirror. That was his dice kind of thing. So it was PlayStation controller. He'd have heavy rock music playing while he picked me up, and all my friends were like, look at her brother, you know, and I was like, yeah man, yeah, I'm cool. So it came from my brother. Video games, everything. At Mortal Kombat, PlayStation 1 days, we were like the first kids in the neighborhood to have a Sega Saturn. My dad, because he worked at MultiChoice, he was like, my kids are going to grow up loving technology, so Sega Saturn, we were the first kids in the neighborhood. That was Need for Speed when it first came out, Tomb Raider 1 when it first came out. I was too scared to play video games, so I would literally watch my brother play video games and we'd solve puzzles together. Like, he was the gamer and I was the brains and the brawn kind of thing, so yeah.
But you play now. You're a gamer, you're one of those gaming girls.
Yes.
And you like cosplay a a lot of the gaming characters,
Yes.
like Jinx from League of Legends.
Yes.
Okay. So are you a big League of Legends fan? Do you play that a lot?
Unfortunately, because I am currently a single mother, it's not easy. Uncapped internet is very expensive as well, so I can imagine that when I move into my own place one day, Gabby's a little bit older, and I have access to uncapped internet, and she's a gamer girl as well, it will be straight up, yeah.
Come on, it's game time! Log on!
So yeah, it will, it's right now, basically it's what I have at hand, basically. So I will watch friends play League of Legends and play Dota and everything, and I will literally take what I can from what I see from them and then use it on that.
One of your, in my opinion, most challenging cosplays was the pop star Ari.
Yes.
Like, I remember seeing you at Rage in it,
Yes.
and there was these little censored bleeps. Okay. We're gonna show a photo of it,
Okay.
but can you explain to us what made it that challenging? Like, for people who don't know what goes into it, because I know, but I don't. So what made it that challenging?
Literally, the first cosplay I did at Rage was a female version of an Assassin's Creed. That was my first sexy cosplay. And I think that's what boosted my cosplay, because people noticed the character, and that's when people started becoming friends with me, because they were like, who is this new cosplayer, basically. And Rage was my first exposure to ultimate cosplays. I saw people and I was just like, I gotta up my game, because this is insane. The following year, literally the day I left Rage, the first year I went to Rage, it was one day. The following year, literally the day I left that Rage, I started on Vi from League of Legends. I said, I'm going big or I'm going home, so I'm going big. And I did Vi from League of Legends, and still to this day I feel like I cannot top that cosplay. But the following year I said, okay, I need to do something bigger, and I decided on Popstar Ari. Everything that went into that cosplay, it was me, I did it during winter, because Rage is around summertime, so I worked throughout her, it took about 6 months. I started on her, it took a year, full year, actually no, 6 months, yeah, sorry. It took 6 months. I had to buy large 2-meter poles. I bought about 5 of them, PVC pipe that I had to cut in half. I then had to sit outside, because when you bend PVC pipe, the fumes can be very toxic. So here's me, 1 o'clock in the morning, during winter, sitting outside on my stoop with a heat gun, bending PVC pipe that are tied, attached to my mannequin kind of thing. It was PVC pipe. First I had to bend. There was planning on which way the tails would go. Bending of PVC pipe, my fingers were frozen. You have to wear a mask, so my nose was running underneath. It's like sitting there like, you know, like I'll be fine. And then it was, after that I had to spray expanding foam onto that. Once the expanding foam had expanded, I had to carve the shape of the tails. Then I had to cover them in quilt and zip tied and closed, and then I had to hand stitch the fur onto the tails. So, and that was just the tails, that wasn't even the outfit.
But one thing that I remember is, like, because when you see the photos of it, you know, people don't realize how heavy the tails were and how difficult it was to actually attach them to you.
Yeah.
So how did you actually, I never actually quite asked you, because I didn't know you that well.
It's a very skimpy outfit, and people sat there like,
how did you do it?
Where are those things attached to? Basically what it was, I found a tutorial on DeviantArt, I think it was. Many people just have a wooden block that they attach the tails onto, and they wear it with a belt that's tied on. And I said, that is not going to work for me. I'm not going to walk around with this wooden block attached and these heavy tails that are just going to weigh me down. I needed to look elegant, and I needed to look flawless, basically. Because she's this pop star singer who wears 6-inch heels, you know, and a skimpy outfit, and she's just, you know, like, fall in love with me. So I wanted it to look flawless, and I wanted it to look like the character. So basically, I found a tutorial where people had done support jackets underneath the outfit, and I said, okay, that's a good way to do it. So I designed a support jacket that was made of, I can't even remember the material. Basically it was a support jacket that went under the boobs and it clipped just under the boobs, because I said I can't have anything showing through the outfit basically. So I designed the jacket in such a way that you couldn't see it anywhere. And on the back there was a metal ring on the back of the jacket, and attached to that ring was support straps so that it held my shoulders back. So I had to design it in such a way that I wasn't uncomfortable and that it would support back and waist as well. And then the tails itself, they were put on PVC T-shaped connectors. And that I ran a wire. I had to get a thick wire, I had to bend it and a hook so that it hooked onto the little ring on the back of the jacket. So the tails, like imagine here's the tails, there's a metal rod that goes like that, and then you slip it under the outfit and you hook it on, and then you tie the belt. So basically they aren't that heavy, like alone they are heavy. If you have to carry them with your hands, you're like, okay crap, these are actually heavy. But the way I had built the jacket and the belt support, it was, by the end of Rage I was exhausted, but throughout Rage I was fine.
So in cosplay, the top 3 cosplays that you really want to do but you haven't gotten to yet, either due to time or money or just like daunting, the top 3 cosplays that you haven't done yet but want to do.
All 3 would have to be based on those reasons: money, time, daunting. All of them cover those specifically. The first would have to be, I'm currently actually working on her Fran from Final Fantasy. She is basically an armored version of a Playboy bunny. She's got full corset. She literally looks like she could be a Playboy bunny, but everything is armored out. Long white hair, bunny ears, cute face, but she's got a helmet on. She's got wrist armor as well, full leg armor, 6-inch heels though. And yeah, that would be the first one. Second one would have to be a long time favorite from when I was a kid. Is Anjuamon from Digimon. That as well, I'd have to work out a harness for the wings because she's got like 6 wings. And that would have to, this one would probably be at a much later stage. It ties up with a Star Wars character. This character would be Grave Lord Azur from League of Legends. It's basically, he's got his legs, it would have to be a lot of masking and hiding because you don't see a face. So it would have to be mesh netting. He's full armored, and I wouldn't want to do a girl version of him. I'd want to do the proper male. He's got these long ribbons that are constantly flailing in the wind, so I'd have to do that with Warbler or something to make him constantly in that position. It would either be Grave Lord Azur or he's a bad guy from Star Wars. He's got a mask on and 4 arms. I forget his name now, but
that guy. That guy.
That one.
I was going for something, and then when you went 4 arms, I was like,
not that one.
That's not that one.
He's basically, he fights Obi-Wan Kenobi in episode 2, I think it is. He kills Jedis off and he keeps their lightsabers as trophies, basically. And he's got like a long cape.
Yeah, I know exactly.
He's got the back peg leg kind of things. So, I will do both of those cosplays, but they would have to fight each other to be. Yes, well, I'm gonna get kicked for that later. But Grievous.
General Grievous. Boom! High five for you, Alright, cool. And so, what is your next cosplay? The next time we see you, what will you be cosplaying?
I am currently taking a break from cosplay at the moment. Yes, I am doing the mom thing, the motherly duties thing. It is currently now, I'm starting up my own business as well, so I have to unfortunately put cosplay on the back burner or the back seat, whatever you want to call it. I have to put it to the back for now because starting my own company, it's costing hundreds of thousands. Yes, and once that gets going, that will also be connected to the geeking community. So
Cool, yeah, we're looking forward to seeing that.
And then
That's
once,
awesome.
I'm going to try cosplay along the way, smaller cosplays and stuff. But probably the next cosplay you can see from me will be Tomb Raider from Tomb Raider Reborn. Or actually, no, I lie, sorry, it will be Rise of the Tomb Raider. I've loved Tomb Raider since Tomb Raider 1.
Since gaming and
so
stuff.
I've cosplayed a few versions of her. So yeah, I'm going to take that on that next challenge.
So, your cosplay name, Jin Cosplay. Most people have these like elaborate long names. You've got Jin Cosplay. You know, they're already Jin.
Yes.
It's spelled the same way that it's Jin.
Yes.
Why specifically Jin Cosplay?
Sorry. When I first started cosplaying, my first cosplay alias, I was like, it has to be something Japanese and it has to be something cute. So I did Sushi Bunny cosplay. And then, yeah, like I kind of grew out of that and I said, I need something that ties in with me, and was and still am having a huge identity crisis in my life, trying to find out who I am as a cosplayer, as a mother, as a normal person. So it's pretty hectic.
No, there is no normal.
Yeah. Basically, I chose Jin Cosplay because I was born Muslim. My full name is Tasneem, which means a fountain in heaven. I stayed in the UAE for 4 years and I've got very strong ties to that. And the meaning of jinn is actually a demon, but like the devil basically, or a demon, one of the devil's demons. They shapeshift to whatever form they feel necessary to basically, hey, how's it going?
Yes.
Come to the dark side, you know. Basically, they shapeshift, and I said, that's what cosplayers do. Yes, we aren't demons running around trying to get people for the devil.
Well, you know, I've made a few.
You never know, you know. But basically, I'm a shapeshifter. I change my shape to suit my needs. So that's what I felt I wanted to stick with. And then I had another identity crisis, and I said, okay, Jin Cosplay, yes. Jin Cosplay, Sushi Bunny Cosplay will always have a place in my heart, but I need to look back to my roots when I that tomboy days, those tomboy days when I was still skateboarding. What was my nickname back then? And it was Asian.Crackhead. Because I was a South African in a foreign land, UAE, United Arab Emirates. They didn't know where I was from, my accent was different. I just wasn't your ordinary run-of-the-mill kind of chick. I was a tomboy, you know. They were like, are you from the Philippines? Because you look Chinese. Are you from America? You know, you sound American. And then someone was like, are you Dutch? And I was like, what? Where do you get that from? He's like, because you say yeah. And I was just like, oh Lord, kill me, please. And I was given that nickname, Asian.Crackhead, because I was crazy and I looked like an Asian. So that is my current handle at the moment.
Oh,
Asian.Crackhead. You can find me on Instagram. My cosplay page is currently taken down at the moment while I work on business because it's too much of a distraction. I'm like, I cosplay so badly. But yeah, it's currently Asian.Crackhead, going with my roots.
Cool. Well, then I will definitely change that for the video.
Awesome, not a problem. But yeah, like out of all the names, people were very interested in Jin cosplay. They were like, why Jin? Where does Jin come from? And I was like, well, actually, it's a horde of demons that run around, you know, causing chaos, so if you want to look that up.
Thank you so much for joining us once again, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it, comment in the section below. From my side, till next time, game on and geek on.